Hi everyone, this is your What is the Tea on You reading. You have the options of the Earthwoman Tarot, Fairy Tale Tarot deck, and the Guardian Knight Tarot deck. Feel free to pick a pile. As always, choose what. Feel free to pick a pile or multiple piles. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let's get started. Hey, pile one. So you chose the Earthwoman Tarot, and this is going to be your reading. I'm going to get into your oracle cards first, just to see what's going on. Okay. Is that in frame? Alright. The Uncreated. Flame. Musician. Coffee. Time for Healing. Actually, I think I'm right here. Yeah. Never-ending Story. Marriage and Box. That work. Can you see that? Right here. Okay. Pile one, it feels like you're always waiting. It feels like you're waiting for something that you're like waiting for things to kick off. It seems like you're like waiting for something to materialize. Some of you, it could be a proposal. It could literally be marriage, but I feel like this is more to do with creating something. With Uncreated, like you're waiting for something to materialize. You're waiting, and I feel like that's the problem. I feel like there's this of it coming to you. You're trying to like wait for it to come to you rather than you seeking it out or like making it happen. And I feel like you're reaching this point where you have waited for so long. You've been waiting for a long time to the point where you can't justify not doing something anymore. You're like, I can't wait. I can't keep waiting because it's not going to happen if I keep waiting. And I feel like you are beating yourself up for like time lost. Like the time you spent waiting when you should have spent time doing something. That's totally fine. Things happen. You know, we all have to learn that lesson that things aren't just going to be handed to us. We do actually have to like work in tandem with the universe to get what we want. It almost feels like procrastination in the way of if you keep putting it off, it means you're not going to fail. As long as you don't do it, you're not going to fail, right? So you keep putting it off, you keep putting it off, you keep putting it off, and that means you're not going to fail, you know? So it's like you do have this fire, you do have this flame inside of you, but it's like you don't want it to fail or burn you. So it's like you would rather like keep dreaming of the potential of what could happen rather than go out and do it and risking it fail. All right, I'm gonna get into your tarot. The High Priestess, the Star reversed, and the Hanged One reversed. I want to look more into the High Priestess. 7 of Wands. Okay. Pile 1, it seems like you preferred to hide. You preferred hiding to taking the risk. Like, you preferred, like, I don't want to say you prefer it, but it's almost easier to, like, not do it, to have the dream and not do it rather than take the risk. And I feel like there's this huge element of, like, self-doubt, of, like, self-doubt and also catastrophizing of, like, everything that could go wrong. It's like, I would rather keep this dream in my head and live in the dream in my own imagination rather than make it a reality. Because what if it fails? What if, like, X, Y, and Z goes wrong? What if I make a fool of myself? So I feel like you've been very much stuck in this, like, energy of, like, self-doubt of, like, I can't do it, I shouldn't do it. Tell me what the Star reversed. It's also the unknown. It's an understandable fear of the unknown. It's also, like, you're choosing the devil you know rather than, like, the devil you don't. But it seems like you're reaching this point, or you have already reached the point of, not doing this is hurting me more than any risk that could come from it. So I think you've reached a breaking point. And you're like, you know what, I would rather take whatever risk that comes with doing it, or whatever hardship that comes with doing it, rather than not, because it's hurting me not to. It is making me miserable not to do it anymore. Yeah. 8 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, and with the Knight of Wands here to the Moon, like, you're charging in, like, you know what? What do I have to lose? Let's go. Let's see what happens. Not in, like, a reckless kind of way, but more in, like, you know what? I already know what this course of action is going to get me, and I don't like it. So let's try something else, no matter how risky it is. At least this way, yes, there's a risk, but yes, there's also a possibility that I will get what I want out of it. All right. That's the tea on you. Anything else for... Yeah. It almost seems like this frustration that you have with yourself, like you holding yourself back, is bleeding into your relationships. It's like, it's not just that it's making you miserable, it's like you being miserable makes the people around you miserable. It's weighing on you more than you think it is. I feel like the people around you, the people who love you, can see how much it's hurting you, and they're like, just like, my God, why don't you just do it already? If you're so miserable, just do it. There's this huge energy of, like, it's weighing on you more than you think it is. of you not doing something is weighing on you a lot more than you think that it is. And it's almost like you're preventing your own happiness by not doing it, by not going for it. Okay. Pile 1, that's the T on you. Hope you enjoyed your reading. Bye. Alright, hey group 2. You chose the Fairy Tale Tarot deck for your What is the T on You reading. I am going to pull your oracle cards first, and then we're going to get into your tarot. Okay, we got Midas, Miser, Destroyer, Bow, Broken Bridge, Prayer. I feel like I also need to mention this is my second time filming this. Full moon Aries, a fiery climax approaches. You see that? The 2 of D's. The Merchant, a change in the wind. Let's move these over here. Okay. Group 2, the reading I did before this, your reading, the footage is gone, but the message is still the same. This is just a lot more fiery than it was in the reading that I lost. It seems like you are bucking tradition. You are leaving behind something traditional. There's almost more of this element of like, fuck you, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna do my best to leave politics out of this. This is giving me like, you're starting to see the dark side of your community. You're starting to see the dark side of a religion, or maybe how the people around you practice religion. Because I don't think religion is evil. I just think it's a matter of, whomever is practicing it makes it harmful. It almost feels like you see what's going on and you just like, no, fuck this, I'm out of here. Like, this is harmful, this is bad, I can't do it. I also think that you see hypocrisy in your community, hypocrisy in the people around you, and you're just like, oh wait, how do you believe this and also do this at the same time when you claim to believe this? It's like, it's not balance, it's not adding up. And so for you, you're just like, no, I can't do this anymore, fuck this, bye. And the thing is, you want to leave, and I think you are planning on leaving. And with the Bow and Broken Bridge, this seems like the people around you are like, oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. You really think that this is gonna... Like, they're kind of treating you like a dumb kid, or like you're naive if you think that this is going to change, or if you think this is going to get better, or if you think that like there's a better way to do things than the harmful way the people around you have chosen to conduct themselves. Let me look into your tarot. Yeah, I think religion, or religion being practiced harmfully is a huge component here. Tell me more about group 2. Okay, yeah. Interesting. I'm almost getting like rules for thee, but not for me. This is giving me like, I only care if my family is doing okay. Like, forget everybody else. I don't care. Like, this is giving me the vibe of someone who claims to be devout and pious. They have a lot of money and they're devout and pious, and they claim that their deity has blessed them. But like on their way to their place of worship, and they see beggars and people like on the street, or a homeless person on the street, let's say, and they like shun them, and they're talking a whole bunch of shit about how like, oh, get a job, you're saying all these negative and awful, nasty things, and they don't do anything to help. You know, that's what it's kind of giving me. It's kind of like, just as long as I'm doing okay. Just as long as I'm doing okay. Like, doesn't matter if everybody else is suffering. It matters that I'm doing okay. And I think you've had enough. I think you have had enough. And I want to see more into each of these. This seems like something, or like a community or people who use ignorance to their advantage. Mm-hmm. I feel like they've used your ignorance to their advantage. Yeah, this seems like the type of people that would happily overlook the struggling to prop themselves up. Or, yeah. They don't care about anybody else. They care about their own harmony. They care about their own relationships. It's like they don't really believe in community. It's very much like a dog eat dog, like looking out for number one kind of mentality here. And I think you're done with that. I think you want nothing to do with it, and I think you want to get away from it as fast as you can. And I think that when you do like ultimately leave, there's going to be a lot of shit talking. They're going to talk a whole lot of shit. They're going to say like every negative thing under the sun about, oh, what an ungrateful brat, oh, what an idiot, and like back to this whole like, oh, bless their heart, they think this is going to change anything, or like, bless their heart, they think they can do better. Like, and I think you see the condition of the world, and I think you understand, or starting to understand, how the state of the world has become how it's become, and you can't conduct yourself. You can't, in good conscience, conduct yourself the way that you have. You can't identify with these things that you have the way your family or your community wants you to identify. Because it's like, I can't live with myself if I do that. I think you have been taught compassion. You have been taught the idea of compassion, but I think these people teach the idea of compassion, but I feel like you're the one who's actually demonstrating it or want to see it demonstrated, not just taught in theory. Yeah, I feel like you're more centered. I feel like you're more community centered than these people are. Tell me more for group 2. Justice, yeah. There is this cynicism of when they look at you of like, oh, you're acting like a little kid, or like you're being too naive, you're being too idealistic, like. But I think when you do finally leave altogether, or like put that distance between yourself and them, to quote Gandhi, make the change you want to see in the world. Again, that's where this like, oh, bless your heart, you really think this is going to change anything, comes in. I feel like I'm talking to people who are advocates or want to do more advocacy. I think you guys are want to get into more like humanitarian work, or maybe you guys want to go into law school or do more with, or maybe you are already lawyers and you want to do more in the legal field to help to bring about more progress and change. I'm getting like with the Hermit in reverse here, like this is going to be a long and lonely road, but don't give up. Give me advice for group 2. Yeah, I feel like your job is going to change everything. I almost feel like what you choose to do going forward, like let's say you do more like advocacy or like more like humanitarian work, that's going to like effectively like cut ties with the people who you are leaving behind. I think they're going to see that and be like, oh no, they're basically going to like disown you or like just completely like wash their hands of you. But the thing is, I think that's for the best. It'll be painful, that's for sure, because this might be your family. Might be people who you have loved. But ultimately, this is what you need to do. What you feel you need to do. All right. Group 2, that's your reading on What's the Tea on You. All right. Bye. Hey, Group 3. You guys chose the Guardian of the Night Tarot. We're going to get into your Oracle cards and then get into your tarot for What is the Tea on You. All right, here we go. Boat. Table. The Fates. Let's see. Dead end job. The sailor. The fate. Fate's coming up twice for you. The lover. Be bold and make the first move. Put you here. And resin. This feels like something that you've been working so hard for. You know what? No. It's almost like something you've been training a long time for is finally going to pay off. Or like maybe you've been like an apprentice for like a trade, maybe you've been going to school for something, maybe you've been like really like practicing your craft at something and becoming a journeyman, let's say. You're finally going to get the opportunity to do something with it instead of just like have that as like your side hustle or like a hobby, and while you are like wasting away at your 9 to 5. This feels like something that's going to like endure for a long time. Like what you love is going to like endure. It's not just going to be like 15 minutes and then it's done, or like a wave and then it's done. Like catching a wave and that wave just like crashing. It feels like something that's going to endure. Talking about the 3. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. No, this felt like you were working for nothing for a long time. It's almost like, is there even a point to this? I feel like you couldn't see the progress you were making, or like doubting your own progress, or like doubting you were going to be able to do anything with this skill or with this thing. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to keep doing it because I love it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to like do anything with it, you know? Like you were committed to it even when you weren't sure of the payoff. The Empress. Hold on. Queen of Cups. Just, there's so much nurture and care that you've put into this. Like you stressed over the details. You have set the foundation for your own success is what I'm hearing. Seven of Wands. Yeah, you've been stubborn about it. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, it's like, I don't know where this is going, but I love it too much to give up on it. Almost feeling like no one could believe in you for you. Whether or not you had people around you who are cheering you on or not, it's almost like it doesn't even matter if you didn't even believe in yourself. Six of Swords, okay. Group 3, I love this for you. I really do. So with the Empress over here and the Emperor over here and like all of the stuff in between, I'm getting like you were in this more like receptive, I'm going to like take everything in and like nurture it. You were with the Empress and the Queen of Cups here, you were in a nurturing kind of energy. Like nurturing it, bringing it up, the skill or whatever. Nurturing it, tending to it, like helping it grow. And with the Emperor here, it's more like you're acting now. Not like nurturing anymore, now that you're like acting and doing something and like you're calling the shots now. You could even have your own business. And I feel like you're going to be so much happier now for it. Like you're going to finally leave your 9 to 5, your dead end job, and actually do something that you love, and actually like this passion of yours is going to take off, and now you're going to be your own boss. Maybe somebody else's boss too. Who knows? You felt so defeated before this. It wasn't until you had like tangible results that you felt like hopeful again. That you felt better. It almost felt like, oh, well, I guess I'm just going to have to like grit my teeth and just deal with this for the rest of my life. Like, almost for like a brief second, you gave up on like happiness. It's kind of like, is that even something I can attain? Is that even something I can have? Advice for Pile 3. I'm getting like rewarded beyond what you can even imagine. If you were ever worried about like, oh my, is there a demand for what I'm offering? There is. There most certainly is. More than you, I'm getting like more than you can handle. More business than you can handle. It's almost like this is your karma, like your good karma for like what you've put in, what you've done, and like this is what you're getting back in return. And I don't think you're getting like cocky about it or like arrogant. I feel like you're going to be very gracious about it, of like very humble. Yeah, okay. Group 3, that is the tea on you. I hope you enjoyed your reading.